Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me welcome you to Riding Tiger with Arijit. And guess what? This is the 50th episode of Riding Tiger. So what is Riding Tiger? I have been, of course, sharing that fact. Riding Tiger is a fact where you start your life journey as an entrepreneur, as a career, as a professional, as a bureaucrat, as a politician, maybe as a minister, and there is a risk in your life. When you start this journey, you can't stop because the tiger are gonna eat you. So you need to keep feeding your tiger so that you can run it, you can cherish that risky moments, and you have the rewards. When you take the risk, there is a reward which is coming up. And you know what? I have got an amazing personality today with me, directly from Nigeria, the next presidential candidate, Dr. Favour. How are you, doctor?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me on your show today. Thank you, Arijit.
Super. Nigeria, from my perspective, if you don't know, long back when we started our company around, I think 17, 18 years back, there were a lot of students whom we actually trained up virtually, utilizing complete different technology long back, if you can understand, 18 years back. And this gentleman, he is all up to making the change in the Nigerian history, working for the youth, working for the woman, and definitely want to bring change in the entire country. So let me not give the introduction of this precious person. Rather, I will give the mic to the gentleman to give a small introduction about himself and what is his vision about Nigeria to make a change. Over to you, doctor, please.
Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Arijit. I hope I get that pronunciation correctly. Thank you. To my beautiful people out there, Nigerians, Africans, and world leaders, I want to salute you and I want to thank you for giving me the audience as well, listening to me. It's a great privilege. Yeah, once again, my name is Favour AYODELE, TheCarpenter. That's who I am. That's what people call me as well. That's my mandate. That's my everything about me. Yes, I'm a Nigerian, a bona fide one, precisely from Osun State, that is the southwest region side of Nigeria. And I grew up as a lonely child and a child between two wonderful states, personalities. I mean, my mother and my father. My father is from different state. My mother is from different state. And I grew up under my grandma, that is my late maternal mother, who grew me with a lot of different values, greatness, and who also saw the future of a young boy living, as if everything is in place for him, even though it was like a tug of war. When you are a lone child with a grandma that is doing everything possible. Then my mother was a politician, and I never knew, nobody ever, foresaw what this boy could be because of the way I was relating, gentle, calm, no any issue, going on my studies and the rest. And I love football then. So I grew up not even having a picture from anyone to really think this is going to be the reality of this man. So, and today, by the grace of God, I am here, and it has been so interesting. Over the years, I've been into corridor of leadership for more than 15 to 20 years, and it has been great. It has been interesting. We've labored in various organizations. I've served a lot of different personalities. I've served in various wonderful international organizations as board of directors, as a business person, and also a consultant, international consultant. And then this has been the kind of factors that has helped me over the years. And when it comes to humanity, it has given me a very broad view. You know, I haven't seen different kind of issues across the globe, and I haven't concluded that, okay, the only thing we can move forward is to make sure we have the humanistic nature. We relate, we appreciate our value, we appreciate who we are, we appreciate one another's views, we appreciate the kind of person we want to be. You know, that's just basically what I can say, a little of me. Of course, my profile, everything, like I don't used to talk about myself much, but just to give you a little part of who I am. And of course, I'm a founder of African Intellectual Resource Organization, AIRO, and also the founder and president of the Carpenter Foundation. And I have different organizations, you know, that I've served, like I said earlier. And today, I'm Nigeria presidential aspirant, and this is not my first time. It's my second time of running. So that's basically my little introduction. Thank you so much, Arijit.
Beautiful, beautiful. If you can enlighten our audience, because this is always recorded and then we put that in social media. If you can kindly share a little bit about the organization that you run. I understand that you run multiple, but I would love to know about Arise, the Light of Nigeria, and probably if you can enlighten us about the AIRO, AIRO, which is African Intellectual Resource Organization that you run, because I understand this is actually impacting many lives in Africa. If you can kindly share. Yeah,
thank you so much. Let me start from AIRO, then I come back to Arise. It's a concept for Africa. It's a concept that is even beyond what any man can, you know, limit, because I believe that it is high time Africa comes together and implement some certain viable project that has to do with humanity. And over the years, we've seen the kind of perspective that the world look into Africa, the world, you know, view Africa, and also Africans. So we just have to come out and unite ourselves, at the same time, implement and project what will really take care of us, because the world now is looking towards Africa. And I used to say that Africa is the future of the world. Yep. Africa is the future of the world because of what we have. It is very, very, I don't know, let me just say it's enormous. Africa should be the wet base of the world, you know, transformation. If you want to transform the world, come to Africa. So things are loaded, but the only thing that has not yet happened to Africa yet is leadership. So we're going to talk about that one later. So AIRO is established for Africa we want, you know, to use African content to develop Africa for Africa by Africans. And AIRO is projecting 5 powerful packed cardinal points, which, you know, I believe that without this, no nation can thrive, no continent can thrive. And what do I mean by this? Technology, health, education, science, and economy. So these are the things, these are the areas that AIRO is covering at the moment. And it's basically on project, because without project, there won't be any development or transformation or sustainable goals that, you know, UN is talking about today. There won't be anything that has to do with nation growth. So this is very, very important. CHESE is very, very important. Is key, is strategic. And we are trying to make sure that we do all things possible to settle some life and to make life better in Africa. And so AIRO is calling all the leaders, African descent, everywhere, wherever they are in the world, to come home and to, you know, execute this project. We have project on technology, we have project on health, we have project on education, we have project on leadership, we have project on science, we have project on you know, agriculture and the rest. So this is what AIRO is all about. And if you profile the directors on AIRO, they are fantastic people, they are technocrats, they are African who really believe in Afrocentric element, you know, to establish and to also, you know, create enabling environment for the Africa we want. So in short, using African content to develop Africa by Africans for Africa is the main objective, is the main priority for AIRO. And we have been doing fine. We established 2020 after COVID-19, pandemic. And then in fact, it's even in the middle of COVID-19. And people come together and say, okay, this is what we must do. This is how we have to do it. We have the resources here in Africa. When it comes about health, the nature and the atmosphere, or let me just say, the ecosystem of Africa is different from the Western world.
Yep.
Is different. So our produce, our materials, our resources, they are very, very different and also important to Africans. So it is high time for Africans to look inward and to make sure we execute things that will benefit the children of Africa. Before I go, we have everything in Africa. By 2050, right now we are 1.3 billion.
Wow.
By 2050, we'll be, 1.7 billion. And when talked about the landscape, we have everything. China is trying to find its way here. India they are trying to find their way here. The Europeans, they are trying to find their way here. So, but if we do not stand up and put up structure, functional structure, fundamental, functional structure that will help us to thrive, I don't think the Jonas, or let me just the sojourners, can have their place in Africa. And when it talks about the business-wise, we are loaded. When it talks about the economic and the rest, Africa has what it takes to lead the world, to even feed the world. If you can agree, I don't know, you will agree with me, not even if you can, that the agricultural part of the world is what sustains the world, is what give us life, and Africa has it. So that is what AIRO is doing at the moment, and it's so massive. We are strategic. We are bringing out new innovation, new technological, ideas and the rest. There's what I call collaboration of vision. These technocrats, these professionals, they are solid enough to give us the things that are really affecting Africa, like food and the rest. Africa has everything, and but the rates at which it seems as if we are very poor is what is giving everybody concern, and which we are not if we are able to harness and tap into our potentials. So coming to Arise. Arise is my program, is my visionary strategic plan for Nigeria. As you rightly said, and also mentioned it during my introduction, I am the presidential aspirant for 2023, representing 65% of the population of Nigeria. We are about 213 million, at the moment in the country. So what do I mean by 65%? I'm talking about the youth. The youth are, they have been marginalized. They have not been involved in the municipal arena of the country for decades, for years. In fact, it has not been easy. So if we have like 65% and nobody is representing the youth, it's going to be a slap on our face. And aside this, Nigeria need a transformational, maybe I should just call it visionary leader with transformational mechanisms. 21st century mechanisms that will be able to give us what we really want. And that is what I'm coming up with. And by the special grace of God, I have a team that is really, really working on this. I will say this: Arise is an acronym. Apart from a call for action, a call for patriotism, a call for implementation is a top other thing. It's an acronym that I call A stand for agricultural revolution, R stand for resources, I stand for investment, S stand for security, while E stand for education. Brilliant. You can see there's one part, and if you don't get this right, there's no how we can come out of what is presently, on Nigeria. So basically, we want to launch a Think Global, Act Local initiative, which we are already working on. What do I mean by Think Global, Act Local? Meaning the world is moving fast. The world is evolving. A lot of things is happening in the world. but we can't just be competing, copying and paste in the things that the thing that is quite different from other nations. So what we need to do is to think global, is to think very vastly, is to think and see what is happening in the world, but at the same time come home and invest in indigenous production, indigenous resources, and the things that we actually has a potential ability or capability or interest to put us on a global scale. So that is what Arise means. And I did my official declaration last year, and we have been working tirelessly to make sure that we put things right for Nigeria we want. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, brilliant vision and concept. So during the interview, let me share a small proposition. We run an accelerator and a very big technology company. If in any case we can be of any help with the Nigerians and the land of Africa, would be more than happy. For the audience who don't know about Africa and who don't understand about the power of Africa and approximate 54 different countries that they have, it's a very large continent. If you don't know, the map is actually distorted. The map is not the actual map which you see or you have seen. So far so good. It is actually created by probably somebody who wanted to show Africa as probably a little bit of small as a size. It's not that size, to be very honest, if you look at from the satellite vision. One more input for the people. Nowadays, in today's world, we are all talking about organic foods. We are talking about back to nature. We are talking about connecting with Mother Earth and then getting things done. Africa is the place where you can get all those kind of natural resources, including human resources, including the brains. Africa got everything which you can think of. One more interesting factor, if you don't know, the audience, if you look at us, the Indians, our dresses, and if you look at the African dresses, we have the similar kind of dress and similar kind of culture. Probably many of you don't know that fact, that we cherish the same similar kind of habits as well. Somehow our languages are different because of probably some gap that happened long back, maybe millions of years back. We don't know that, but technically and culturally, these things are interconnected. In fact, if I look back to what our good friend was actually sharing, education is one of the most key factor which can give knowledge and power to the next generation, the youth, who will build the country. And I'm blessed to have someone who is thinking on the similar lines, and definitely who is thinking about investment. So all in with all the powers that we have in World Leaders Summit, with around 100+ countries connect, we'll be more than happy to support and handshake with the personalities like Doctor who came into Riding Tiger with Arijit. One more question for you, Doctor. You have been sharing a lot about your country. You have been sharing your life journey. What inspired you specifically to start your entrepreneurial journey and make an impact?
Well, that's a very beautiful and strategic question. I believe in humanity. I believe in service. I believe in sustainability of life. I believe in value. When you take all these things away from the nature, then there's no world anymore. So that is the number one thing that we have to understand. You know, I believe what you carry should manifest in a very awesome way, very big way. And I see that life in itself has a lot in it. And if you are not, you know, wise enough, we'll just discover that people will just be passing through the earth and be going. So my inspiration concerning what I am doing is so huge, because I believe that we have what it takes to deliver the atmosphere, to deliver ourselves, to come with a knowledge of understanding that we complement each other. And like I used to say, when you're not free, no, when you are not free, I'm not free. So it is when you are free, I'm free. True. So it is in between the line that we must bridge the generational gap. The lacuna between the nature and human being should not be too much. There shouldn't be any lacuna at all. There should not be any space at all. It should be on a perpendicular level. What am I saying? I'm saying that Nigeria's rebirth time has come. The rebirth of Africa's time has come. The transformational time of Nigeria and Africa has come. Our leaders have, they have subjected the masses, they have subjected us to kind of mental slavery. This is one of the things that is bringing me on board, to break the chain, to break the mental chains, and to break any form of box-old ideas that has nothing to do or that has nothing to relate with the present age. We believe, according to my philosophy, the leadership, the principles and the reality, the fundamental principle of leadership must be executed, in such a way that it will be relatable. The viable project you want to bring out must be through a common sense leadership. True. So what am I trying to say? I am trying to make the world understand there is a level of understanding that must go in and out of everyone so that we can come on the same page, so that we can relate and complement each other. We can relate and complement one another. We can relate and complement the value we share. It is high time the world see people with potentials that has to do with the future. Like, for example, technology is the future of the world. Yep. So what are we doing to make sure we fix some other destructive realities? What are we doing to make sure we engage properly the resources, the intellectual property of the people? What are we doing to make sure we tap into raw materials, resources, natural resources, yes, that will give us a very awesome, sustainable, interest, and that will be able to make us a competitive nation across the world. So this is basically why I come to this race and what I am doing to make sure we have the Nigeria we want. Your country is so blessed, and then they used to reference people in Nigeria. Most of African countries reference Dubai, reference Singapore, reference Finland, reference all other parts of the world. Meanwhile, we should be at the center of reference for the world. We should be the one that the world will be coming out to be asking for what to do. So we are loaded with wisdom and knowledge, but it has not been tapped by a visionary leader. And that is the person that is coming on board to govern the country. We have been experiencing rulership. The decadence of this country is because of rulership method. It's because of kakistocracy. It's because of nonchalant attitude of the leaders. It's because of selfishness, nepotic, and whatever you can call it. It's not giving the people what they really want. And right now in Nigeria, my brother, if you are here, you will understand that Favour needs to be in the place of leadership and take the country away from here. Because the people that are there, they are like, I don't know, it's like as if they don't have blood in their veins. There's no empathy. There's no anything that can, there's no love. Hatred everywhere, killings everywhere.
I would love to travel to Nigeria one day for sure. I have been invited definitely in another part of Africa from the President's office to conduct World Leader Summit probably in October. Definitely, I will give you a hint, and I'll definitely invite you over there. There is no question about it. It's a brilliant dream, and wholeheartedly with entire ecosystem would love to help, would love to support, would love to take things forward with you. I have a small thing to do with you, which I call as rapid fire round, wherein I'll be taking few bit of words. So once I say this word, whatever comes in your mind, you just share it to our audience. Are you ready?
Yes, no problems.
Super. Friendship.
Action.
Peace.
Harmony.
Love.
justice,
life,
nature,
mother.
people.
Brilliant. One last question before we move to the end of Riding Tiger. Imagine that you are talking to yourself, which is aged about 7. So if we look at humans, usually from age 7, their maturity level becomes a little bit of different. So when you look at your age 7, what suggestion you want to give to your younger self from this perspective where you are at the moment?
Well, the advice, that's very brilliant stuff. If my younger self should understand that limitation is in the mind. My younger self should understand that he can only be disturbed by himself. Right. My younger self should understand that he is a superstar in any place he finds himself. There's always a way out in every problem, in every situation. In short, to me, there's no problem anywhere. Problem generates from the mind. So it is what you come up with, it is what you decide to go with, that what limits you. Sky is not the limit. You are the limit. Thank you.
Brilliant. So create your legacy and do great for the world. My friend, my good wishes, all the nature, all the universe, I'm sure is going to support you for your journey. Thank you so much for coming in Riding Tiger with Arijit and sharing all the insights and all the brilliant work that you're doing in the land of Africa, which is actually land of hope. Even though if there is something happens in the world, I'm sure this land of hope will never ever go down. That's called Africa. And for the world, they should look at Africa at the moment for the brilliant opportunity, for the resources that they have, and the kind of mind power, and the kind of knowledge base, and the kind of human resources that they have got in the land of opportunity. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep blessing us, keep commenting, and don't forget to click on the subscription button. Thank you.